Ready, roll them.
I can't see your face.
Okay, so this is the problem. Problem is when I open the door, the door rubs on the fender right there. When I close the door, look at this. When I close the door, it starts to rub on the top of this pin. You shouldn't do that. Oh, it's wearing this piece and wearing this piece. This is the problem.
Oh, you can totally see it wiggle.
The looseness in the hinge, so the body line also doesn't line up until you lift it up and close it. So what I thought was going to be my solution to the problem is to replace the pins and bushings. So this is the pin, and then it's got bushings that it rides on.
So you already replaced that.
So I replaced the pin and the bushings in here, and it's still like this with that much movement. And it's probably easier to see if you look at the body line here. But anyway, so that's a problem. My solution to the problem, after taking the easy route, those are Dorman pins and bushings, Dorman brand. My solution is, screw that, I'm just gonna replace the hinges in their entirety. My dad has had multiple square bodies through his business, so work trucks, dump trucks, all the like. And I happened to find a new old stock hinge in his shop. So this is a new old stock hinge for a square body. So I'm like, great, I already have one of the hinges and I'll just order the rest of them. So I did that. I ordered the rest through AMD. And then when I went to actually prep to paint these hinges and get them ready to put on, I noticed something here. So brand new old stock General Motors hinge has slop in it too. And the slop is actually, you're not gonna be able to catch this on the camera, but it's between the pin and the bushing. So there isn't, that's not something that's easily fixable.
Okay.
So I'm like, crap. This is the driver's side one. So this is one that I ordered new from AMD. It is made in Taiwan. But note this one. This one is actually tight enough that I have to use some force to turn it, which in my opinion is way better than slop because it can be lubed and it'll be tighter. So I'm like, well, this is what I want. I want, no slop in there versus slop. So this isn't going to gain me anything. I'm not happy with the quality or the fitment of that, and I am happy with the quality and fitment of this.
And how much did those run?
It was like $30.
Okay,
so
not crazy.
Not enough to make it worth doing twice, is how I look at that. So for $30, I'm just going to replace the hinge and not have to do it twice, which I've already done this side twice because I did the pins and bushings. So lesson learned. So
that's
these are taped off because I'm getting it ready to paint. Prep for paint. I've got these over here that are already painted. These are the lower hinges. So they are similar to these, but they don't have the springs. So they're not designed to hold the door open. They are just companion to the upper one. So my paint process, you may be interested in that. So red Scotch Brite. So I scuff everything up with red Scotch Brite. So then I'm using just a Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. I've had really, really good luck with the self-etching primer in the past. Really doing a good job of sticking. So I stick with what works. That for me works. And then I got this Duplicolor Perfect Match online. It's supposed to be the same color, and it's a reasonable match to that color. This is 35-year-old paint. This is not. This is, hardened paint. This is not. This is just spray can. So my expectations were just to make it less noticeable that I replaced the hinges. So if I kept this shiny silver, it would be noticeable when I open the doors.
Oh yeah, it'd be super obvious.
This even black would have been less obvious, but it was just a few dollars more to paint it this color.
Cool.
And so once these are in there, you will never notice that the color doesn't 100% perfectly match. I'll be happy. How's my hair?
Your hair's gorgeous. It's a little gray.
what I'm told. So now the unfortunate part about that is that in order to install these hinges, the bolts are back in there. So in order to change the hinges, I have to pull the front fenders off. In order to pull the front fenders off, I have to pull the front bumper off. And then whatever inner fender stuff is attached to it, I'll have to pull that stuff off too.
So how long of a process is it?
It's going to be like, I don't know, 4 hours for both sides.
For both sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll have to, once the hinges are in there, then I'll have to adjust the doors. New old stock, sloppy hinge. New Taiwan AMD replacement hinge, no slop. Color matched with these things, prepped with Scotch-Brite, and then I also use wax and grease remover, which is over there somewhere. So, but that's just normal paint prep stuff.
I look forward to seeing what it looks like when it's actually in.
Me too. That means it'll be done.